All right, we are live at Dark Star Jubilee, backstage here. I'm Ramblin Rob, your host for the greatest story ever told, playing the best in live Grateful Dead, jam bands, and local bands, and this would definitely qualify as one of the bands that I like. I played one of their tunes last week on the radio show. We're here with the Folkadelics. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and talk about some of the guys that aren't with the band here. We only got two of them here.
Hey, I'm Danny. I actually play bass in Watermelon. We're here playing with the Folkadelics. Our band we've opened for them a bunch in the past, and we're here making a big mega super band.
You guys sound, I mean, the stuff I've heard, you guys sound good. I like the sound. Full sound, very full sound.
Well, I can't really take credit for that. That's all the Folkadelics that you've heard, but...
I'm Tom Baracco. I play drums in the Folkadelics, and back at camp we have Danny Ferrone on vocals, Drew Kelly also playing bass and guitar as well. And yeah, we're actually.
How long have you guys been together?
Folkadelics have been together for almost 7 years now. Kind of started as just an acoustic college kind of thing, and then just snowballed into like a live rock guitars and stuff. Yeah, and actually myself and Drew, we joined the band about 3 years ago because actually our mandolin player who was with us, who isn't here, his drummer was his brother. So it was like a family kind of thing, and he eventually went to school, so they needed a replacement, and then I came along, and so yeah, now we got a big setup now. We got two drummers rocking now, and
the polyrhythmic thing sounds good. Always fun to hear. You guys can do a lot more complex songs as far as and jams.
Yeah, no, that's one of the cool things. We're not really so much of a jam band, but now we actually have the opportunity to do that. So yeah.
So I guess how'd you guys end up meeting? How'd you guys end up hooking up?
You want to go for it?
Well, originally we played on a boat cruise together in New York City last June, and we had a great time doing that. And then in August we played a show at Brooklyn Bowl again, and then that was a blast. And we were working on putting together some other shows. And then Katie here, the manager of the Folkadelics, Katie Paratori, gave us a call and said, hey, the band has all these festivals, they're down some people. What do you guys think about doing like some kind of super group thing, some of their songs, some of your songs? Right. And so we were in the practice studios for about 12 hours in the last week, putting the finishing touches on stuff and ready to rock.
Excellent. So you guys have a kind of, varied, I guess, your musical influences. I know probably Dark Star, Grateful Dead, but who would you say some of your musical or lyrical influences are?
Well, I guess the core kind of songs that we have are like a lot of reggae. I know Marley, some Toots, old school roots style reggae, and also a lot of hip hop too. That was in our first album that we put out. It was like a mix of like a reggae hip hop kind of thing. I know.
New hip hop, old hip hop.
Old hip hop. I know.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I know Sam, who's not with us here, like Run DMC, just all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Flash, all the old names.
Yeah. So.
What about you, man? You have any musical or lyrical influences that really play an important part in your life?
Absolutely. As a bass player, everything that is funky or anything funky is my number one influence. Flea is my main guy. Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't miss
Larry Graham, James Jamerson, any of those guys. Our band, our musical influence probably is, we're a lot more rockin', but kind of like, I don't know, Chili Peppers meets Funkadelic or something like that.
It sounds like a tasty number.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of biased there, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
So the current incantation that you guys have, your current incarnation, what would you, in a couple sentences, what would you tell everybody who isn't familiar with listening to you and your music? How would you describe your sound? What would you tell someone who hasn't heard you guys? Like, we're like this. I mean, you just did a good, we're like this. Or
Yeah,
this,
that's a good one. I would say it's like a mix of definitely, you could throw like Chili Peppers and Funkadelic, also a mix of Sublime, and yeah, I think those three right there pretty much sum up like the intensity and what we do on stage.
Yeah, and I was going to say, one of the things I noticed when I was listening to the one song, I think I want to say it's like that, it had to do with a relationship. I know there's about a guy and a girl.
A lot of songs do.
Yeah, I know, but I can't think of the name of the song. And I was like, man, there's some pretty complicated lyrics. I really felt like whoever's writing the song like went through that. It wasn't just like.
Yeah, no, a lot of the stuff was written due from past experiences and horrible breakups and stuff like that.
This one sounded like one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Probably Wasted, I think, is what you're talking about.
Probably.
Wasted, yeah.
That's got to be the one.
I think that is it. Now that you mentioned it,
It's a pretty bitter breakup song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was pretty bitter. So you guys have been playing at the Dark Star Jubilee. What do you guys, and out and about, what do you guys like best about playing live? About the live setting versus in the studio, or
I think.
How much time you got?
how much time you need, man?
I think my main thing is I love doing studio stuff because it gives you a chance to experiment and do things you really wouldn't do on stage just for like fear of that might not be cool, it might not run over. But my favorite thing about playing live is just the reaction of the people. Like if you're dancing, if you're having a good time and you're showing us that, I'm getting crazier. I'm already giving 110%, but that's going to push me over the edge just to feel that energy.
For me, I'd probably say my favorite thing about playing live is definitely just the energy of it all. There's nowhere else where I can just jump around and be as absolutely crazy as I want to be and have that be cool.
See, I'm not a musician, and I've never been performing. I don't go in front of people, so I'm always interested, like for people who play for 10 people, 100 people, 10,000 people, what it's like out there, man. I know you get a certain high, a certain zone that you're in, that you're all searching for, and everyone seems to be going towards that same place. You're all trying to get to where, you don't even know you're playing.
It's freedom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just a pure freedom of expression.
You can do whatever you want, and it's all good.
There's many moments where, like, I'll be playing, and then 20 minutes will go by, and I'll be just like, oh, like, I don't know what just happened. Like, you just get into that zone, and you don't realize it, and it's awesome.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So what do you think of what do you guys think of the Jubilee so far?
I think it's awesome. As opposed to last year, I know there was some problems with the weather and stuff. Still had a good time last year, but this year so far, the people, just a lot of fun. The band's been really good.
I was really impressed with the lineup. A lot of polyrhythmic two-drummer things and a lot of horns.
Yeah.
You got anywhere from say Green Sky to the Art Band to you guys.
Yeah.
Dark Star. It was a very eclectic mix of music. It's one of the reasons I was drawn to the festival.
Yeah, we got to see. We were on stage last night when Mickey was doing his thing, and
Unfortunately, Ramblin Rob was in bed.
He's
an old man.
It was pretty intense. It was cool.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
I heard it, but I just wasn't there to see it.
Yeah.
So you think you're going to be back at the next Dark Star Jubilee?
We're hoping, yeah.
We
might have it in, maybe. We know some people.
Good, that's always good. It's not what you know till you know sometimes.
Yeah.
So have you guys got any albums out?
Yeah, we just came out with an album called Not a Folk Album, probably about 6 months ago now. And you can go to Folkadelics.com or Facebook/Folkadelics and get it, download it. And I know Watermelon just came out with an album not too long ago.
I'm not familiar with Watermelon. I apologize.
Oh no, it's all we're sneaking in the back door here this weekend, but yeah, we just released an album about 3 months ago in February. It's called Sleepover. It's available at watermelonlove.com or Facebook/Watermelon Band Music.
Gotcha.
There's some imposter watermelon bands out there, so you got to get creative with the URLs.
Yeah. You guys on Amazon or iTunes yet?
Yeah, you can find both of us on iTunes, Amazon,
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably one of most people get their music. A lot of people go to iTunes.
I haven't been to iTunes in a while, actually.
Music for the last 25 years, man.
Oh, man. Don't say it. You're on tape right now, man.
I download
The
stuff
government's
for free.
going to come right after you.
Only free stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
File
guys have
sharing.
any big plans now that you're finally hooked up together? You have any big plans for 2013? Anything you're looking forward to, really?
We got a couple shows. We're doing Music Fest, which has Styx. I know, right? It's Styx.
Dennis DeYoung, is he with them?
Darius Rucker from Hootie.
Right.
Carly
I know
Rae
Carly Rae Jepsen's going to be there. So it's
mix.
it's a very interesting mix, and we get to play for I think like 2 hours, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens with the project we're doing now, and see where it goes. Who knows right now?
Yeah, future's wide open.
Exactly.
Excellent. So I always ask everybody the same question, and I'll just kind of let you guys take it, for what it's worth. I'll give you as much time as possible. What do you think your best musical memory was? Looking back, 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, 10 minutes?
Just one?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You gotta pick the best one now.
Best one.
That's a tough question, isn't it?
I think my best musical memory would just have to be the way our band came together. We all are from DC, and we all kind of knew each other through various musical projects throughout middle school and high school. Me and our drummer David have been playing together since we were 12. And just we all kind of combined forces. We had a bass player and a drummer, and we linked up with a band that didn't have a bass player and drummer. And we got these two great singers, and just like the amount of love and like long-lasting friendships and just like sheer desire to set everything on fire. Just like
Being in a relationship.
oh, it's so much better than being in a relationship. But just like the fire we all share together
We'll have to definitely check you guys
is the best part for me by far.
out. Excellent.
Yeah, we wouldn't have picked them to come with us if we didn't think they could rock out. But
Definitely.
I would have to say my one moment would be I'm gonna change it. I know we were talking about one, and I'll tell you that a little later. But my dad was playing at the Oakland Coliseum with Phil Lesh and Friends, and John Mullo, the drummer, came up to me. He was like, "Why don't you go and do the sound check for the drums?" And I must have been like, I don't know, 12 or 13. And I was like, okay, like just shaking, like scared to death. So I went out there and I did the thing in front of, I can't even imagine the amount of people that were there already. A lot, like a couple thousand. And I just remember being like 12, and I'm like, this is the most surreal thing I've ever done in my life. And that I kind of knew, this is what I want to do.
At that age, well, that would be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I mean, from all your senses, man.
Yeah.
Make me a little nervous.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I know you guys got a lot of stuff on your plate. I'm going to wrap up the interview here like I always do. I'll just ask you guys one simple question. What do you think your favorite Grateful Dead song is?
Oh, I can tell you that right now. Estimated Profit is my favorite Dead song. Yeah.
Estimated Profit, I like that. California.
I gotta go with, there's a lot that I like a lot, but I think I gotta go with Born Cross-Eyed.
Oh, yeah, there's one, yeah.
Yeah, that one, the first time I ever saw any iteration of the Dead live, that was the song that kind of made me realize, like, oh, I get it now. These guys are awesome.
They are. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks again for joining me for this brief interview. I'll be definitely checking out some Watermelon and playing more of you guys on the show for sure, man. You guys are playing what time tomorrow?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock? 2 o'clock? Well, I'll definitely check you guys out. Main stage. Definitely check you guys out myself. I'm sure you'll have a good set. And thanks again for joining me, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you
No problem. Sweet.